The silence inside Elan Couture was thick enough to choke on. Camille stood frozen, her eyes locked on the receipt the cashier held out. The total was absurd. The card? A Platinum Elite account with a $2.3 million limit. Her available balance? $847,000. Camille blinked. This has to be a mistake, she whispered, reaching for the slip of paper with trembling hands. But Mrs. Hartley, the boutique's head of client relations, only smiled, polished and unfazed. No mistake at all. Miss Reyes holds one of our highest-tier accounts. We rarely see limits like this. Would you like the alterations expedited? She asked, turning to me with the kind of respectful tone usually reserved for royalty. I nodded. Tomorrow afternoon works. Camille's expression twisted from confusion to something close to panic. For the past 8 months, she'd made it her mission to remind me that I was the struggling little sister-starving artist, broke designer, black sheep. While she planned her $200,000 dream wedding to Marcus, a VC hotshot, she believed I was scraping by in a studio apartment in Echo Park. She didn't know I was the founder and CEO of Reyes AI, a tech firm valued at $1.4 billion. We develop predictive algorithms for digital marketing used by companies she scrolls past daily. Microsoft had just inked a $340 million deal with us to integrate our AI across their ad systems. But I'd told no one in the family. After years of being dismissed as the creative one, I preferred it that way. Camille clutched the receipt like it might bite her. Where did you get this card? She demanded. My bank, I said with a shrug. Wells Fargo Private Client Division. Her eyes swept across the boutique, taking in the $3,000 bridesmaid dresses I'd just purchased without blinking, the custom alterations, the matching Louboutin heels and jewelry I'd added like they were gum at checkout. But you said you couldn't afford Napa for my bachelorette weekend, she accused. I said I couldn't make it that weekend, I replied. I had a board meeting. Camille laughed, but it came out brittle. A board meeting? You're a freelance designer, Lexi. What board? Just then, my phone buzzed. A Slack message from my CTO lit up my screen. Lexi, Microsoft deal confirmed. $340 million over 3 years. Teams popping champagne in SF. Congrats, boss. I closed it fast, but not fast enough. Camille's eyes narrowed. Microsoft? Lexi, what the hell is going on? Before I could answer, my phone rang again. Marcus. On speaker, before I could stop it. Lexi. Incredible news. We are pitching Reyes AI this week. My partners are desperate to get in on your next round. You guys just became the hottest name in Silicon Valley. Camille turned white. Marcus, why are you calling my sister? He paused. Camille, you're with Lexi? Silence. Look, Reyes AI is revolutionizing marketing. If we land even a fraction of that Series D, it could redefine sterling capital. Marcus, I cut in. We'll talk business later. This is a family thing right now. Of course, he said quickly. Congrats again. You're changing the game. When the call ended, Camille sat down hard in one of the boutique's velvet chairs. Is this real? She asked, voice small. You told us you lived in 600 square feet. I still use my Echo Park space, I said calmly. It's quiet. The penthouse is just more comfortable. She looked at me like I was a stranger. So all this time, you've been rich? No, I corrected. I've been successful. Quietly. And then came the gut punch. Lexi Dad took out a second mortgage to help with the wedding. Mom's talking about going back to work. We thought you were broke. We never even asked you for help, I felt something twist inside me. They never asked because they assumed I was the one who needed help. That I was the failure. That I couldn't possibly be the one holding the safety net. In a cafe down the street, an hour later, Camille wiped tears from her cheeks while I explained everything. The night's coding in my dorm. The first algorithm. The first client. The exponential growth. The recognition I never told them about because they never listened. I told her about our 437 employees. Our international offices. The expansion into Europe. When I asked her for the mortgage balance, she tried to protest. I wired $370,000 on the spot. "It's done," I said. "You just sent that like it was nothing," she whispered. "It's less than we make in a day." Camille stared at me for a long time. "We've been so blind. We treated you like a burden." "No," I said softly. "You just didn't see me. But I let you believe it because I was tired of trying to prove I mattered." Then she asked the question that cut through everything. "Are you happy?" And for the first time, I answered truthfully. "I am now. Not because of the money. Because today, for the first time, I'm not hiding." At her wedding 3 weeks later, Dad gave a toast with tears in his eyes, no longer worried about losing the house. Mom had already started consulting at Reyes AI. Marcus shook my hand like I was a goddamn legend. Camille's speech ended with a single line that will stay with me forever. Turns out, the person I admired most was sitting quietly in the back row all along. And I finally felt seen.